It was a different movie for my mom
A
to
different
see.
movie.
She normally see the one man army,
Yeah,
bang
the
them up,
bang
shoot
them
them
up,
up,
shoot
kill
them
them.
up, all them type of movies.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie, Ma?
Yeah, good.
So it was different than your normal movie.
Yeah.
I like the nostalgia of the movie.
Was it back in the time, the year that it was?
It was the '80s, and I was singing all the songs. I remember all of the things that the phone, and we were so happy to have a phone in the car.
This was before cell phones.
Oh, I couldn't. But remember, we went to the payphone. How he went to the payphone, and we had beep pagers, beepers. If you had a pager, that was it. You was cool because you would never miss a call because people would page you, and then you would just
go to the next phone that you can get to.
You would go to the next phone. So we got that going on. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. What else? You said on The View they talked more about Don Lennon and them.
Yeah, because
Lemon
before the show went off, that was that breaking news with Tucker, and then I guess they figured let's wait tomorrow to talk more about Tucker.
Carlson. You don't have nothing up here, do you?
And Don Lemon.
Okay, all right.
And one of the points that they was making with the Don Lemon, and I'm glad Joy asked that because Sonny, sometimes, and this made me think too, when we know people, that person can be different with us than they are with others.
What's that mean?
So the situation, the comments that they made about Don Lemon, was it he had issues with women?
Oh, okay.
Even the comments he's made where he apologized. So he wasn't squeaky clean, in other words.
Okay.
But Sonny went to the rescue of saying, I worked with him. I know he was a colleague and I know him. He's a friend for over 20 years.
Okay. She ain't never had no problem.
Joy was saying, how do we know how he is with his other colleagues?
Right. And then that's how people did Bill Cosby. They was like,
Joy.
I never had no problem with Bill Cosby.
That's you.
Right.
And you a black woman. How was his white colleagues?
That's
how was
true.
the white men, the white women? We have to
Were they too sensitive too, though? That's the other thing.
Yes.
We don't know.
So something made me think, I have people in my life that are, Kim was even my sister, one thing about her is that she's pretty much the same whoever she's with.
Right.
And that's beautiful if you can do that. A lot of us change with the wind.
Yeah.
Whoever we're with, we gravitate to that audience. And that's not good. You have to use wisdom. But
then different people bring out different stuff.
Thank you.
Like I always tell people, it's one person that I was with, he never hit me or nothing. And then he went with somebody else and they guess they fought. He would hit her and all that.
So their story would
he
be,
never hit me.
Their background would be, oh, you know him? He hit me and whatever. And
Abusive.
then you'll go,
he wasn't abusive to me.
He didn't hit me.
But you can't discredit the other person, that they just how they are.
Exactly.
But Don will go on. He'll go on and do other stuff.
He'll do great things.
But and Tucker, they both gonna go on and make money on the internet.
Alyssa alluded to what you said the other day, streaming.
They'll go
if he
streaming.
goes with a show, streaming, he'll still keep on going.
Both of them. So the movie Air. All right, let's talk about the movie Air real quick, and then we'll get into our other stories.
So remember, we got to differentiate the movie from the content of the movie, the information that the movie was built on. Movie meaning how the actors portrayed their parts.
Okay. All right, so the movie, regardless of whatever, I thought the acting was good.
Matt Damon.
They were wonderful. Well, you know, Matt Damon.
You can't go wrong with
Ben
Matt
Affleck.
Damon, Ben Affleck,
and
even Chris Tucker.
And Marlon Wayans. And what's his name? Bates. Justin Bates. I mean, come on. It's a winning cast. So.
Yeah, there you go.
But I love the nostalgia of the movie. I love playing 80s music throughout the whole thing.
I was singing along with
I was singing Cyndi Lauper, and I know you were singing the funk stuff.
Time after time.
I know you were singing George Clinton.
I sang every song.
Right. So we did sing all the songs with it.
Born in the USA, I was born. Got another understanding of what that song meant.
Oh, I knew that.
I knew he was just sharing it on TV.
And also, Oh, I love looking at the cars, and the one thing they didn't show is cars broken down on the highway, because that was back in the day. We was always broken down on the highway.
Do that in the movie.
Those cars, they should always had a car on the side.
He was happy he rented a car. They had a phone in it.
I remember the phone days, having to use a pay phone. We had our pagers, the hairstyles, all the women with the big hairstyles.
And forgive us, you can't go wrong with Viola Davis.
No.
Playing them
Oh, how can we? My Viola Davis was excellent. Yeah. Her husband wasn't bad either.
He's an actor too.
I thought he was an actor.
Mm-hmm. They met each other years ago in some play or movie.
I know he's a football player. He was an ex-football player. You sure?
He talked about when they met on a set in some movie they were in. His trailer was smaller than hers.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's good. He was good.
Okay.
But of course, Viola Davis. No, I mean, who beats Viola Davis? Very good movie as far as the acting and aesthetics. Okay, costumes and all of that stuff.
Portraying that time.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the actual movie. I don't want to hear anybody from this point on, I'm tired of hearing about it, say that Michael Jordan is not the greatest basketball player that ever played. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. He is the GOAT of basketball.
What's the GOAT?
Stop throwing LeBron and Seth Curry and all of them in there. Greatest of all time.
Oh, that's what GOAT means.
Yes. So Michael Jordan, I'm done with you guys. I always say I love LeBron. LeBron is like my pick. I like LeBron over Seth. So I'm a LeBron person.
Okay.
But LeBron James is not the greatest basketball player of all time.
Okay.
He's just not. Well, Seth Curry is not the greatest basketball player of all time.
Remember we talked about what's considered the greatest. Okay. It's the most popular. It's the oldest. If it's
to me, it's more influential. It's not just stats. Somebody could beat Michael Jordan's stats.
Yes.
Somebody could even
has done it.
And somebody can play better than Michael Jordan. Somebody can say, well, such and such,
whatever his position
he's a better guard, or he did more assists, or he did all of that. Right. But Michael Jordan revolutionized the game. Not the game, the contracts and what these basketball players are making.
With their worth, their name, them.
Period.
Their image.
And if it was not for Michael Jordan, they would not be making the money that they are making now.
Now,
definitely not on deals.
Let's give it to, I get it. Let's give it to that gentleman who had the galls to believe.
Yes.
In Michael, where he went with his gut.
He went with his gut as far as building the shoe around him. But the money came from Michael Jordan's mom and Michael Jordan. The thought that she had, they wasn't even going to, well, I don't want to give the movie away.
I think you should. It's been out.
Go ahead. It's been out. They wasn't even going to sign him unless the mom said, or she wasn't going to sign with them unless Michael Jordan got a percentage of every shoe.
Because remember, at that time, Adidas was hot.
Yes.
Converse was hot.
Yes. And Nike was number 3 and on the way out the door.
And they were after him.
Michael Jordan
saw the potential.
Saved Nike.
Yeah, he did.
Nike was a running shoe. Michael Jordan, the basketball division was on its way out. No basketball player wanted to sign with them. And Michael Jordan decided to sign with them. Not only sign with them, they built a whole shoe around him. Whereas before him, the players would come in and wear the shoes that was already made.
And the shoes always fit a certain specifications that
they have 50-some%
they
white.
Went against that.
They went against that because the NBA would fine them and say you could only have so much color on the shoe
and so much white.
So Michael Jordan revolutionized that. He revolutionized the fact that these guys can negotiate in their contracts and get money from deals that people making off of them.
Their name, their likeness needs to be paid.
They have to pay them for that.
They are the ones that people, the reason why people go and buy that product and go watch them.
So not only revolutionized basketball, but other sports. And Arthur Ashe, I like how they had Arthur Ashe.
He got the idea. That
guy got the idea from Arthur Ashe because Arthur Ashe was talking about this
racket that he played.
And he said this particular racket is why I do what I do. Mm-hmm. So people buying this racket because of Arthur Ashe.
And they have it in their hands, and they can probably play as good as.
And it started making that man think, well, people don't really think they're gonna be Michael Jordan
with the
but just to share the same thing he had, same thing with Arthur Ashe. If I could play with the same racket that Arthur Ashe plays with, I may not be as good as him.
You'll be encouraged at least. Your what is the word?
Yeah.
How you feel about yourself will go up. Your esteem.
Yes. So Michael Jordan, not only that, but I loved how the guy said, well, Michael Jordan could break his ankle and we can all lose money or whatever.
Hurt his knee. Yeah.
And his mom said, no, he's going to do what he's supposed to do, and that's be great. Mm-hmm. She had no doubt in her mind her son would be great. Mm-hmm. And they all was like, you think he's going to be better than Magic Johnson and Larry Bird? And they was like, my son's going to be better than everybody. Mm-hmm. He's going to revolutionize the game of basketball. Yep. And with that, he needs to be compensated for that.
One of the things that I did like about him, Chris Tucker, he played one of the gentlemen that worked with the Nike group. In fact, his position is over the Jordan empire. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he said, being a black man, he said, dude, how to get to the players is their mama. Talk to their mama. Because a lot of black mothers run the house. They run the deal. And he is so right. Because even when you think about the other basketball players and football players, they got their mama.
Yep.
On commercials. Yep. Shaq's mama. Yep. And Michael Jordan's mama. They're mothers.
And I like how they showed that guy who was unorthodox skateboarding, the old man skateboarding. He the one that designed the shoe.
The creator of the shoe.
And designed Michael Jordan in midair, that whole thing. Yeah,
he passed away before the movie
came out. So I like how he gave people credit for all the people credit. The one that had the Martin Luther King, the Marlon Wayans character.
Yeah. He had a Martin Luther King speech.
Original speech. And he still won't sell it to this day.
Apparently in the movie, and we don't know how true the movie is as far as that is, but they said it is. He was over the Olympics player. That was his role, how he connected with Michael Jordan, being an Olympics coach or whatever. He said he took a chance and was invited to some forum, some speaking thing, and pushed on stage.
They made him be the bodyguard.
Because
he was tall black man. And he ended up being the bodyguard over
the last
Martin Luther
speaker
King.
Was Martin Luther King.
And he is the reason why that the Sonny guy, the Matt Damon character, changed his speech to the pitch.
When they were
because he said Martin Luther King was doing his speech, and the people in the audience just was like looking away. Receptive. So he changed his whole speach in the middle of what he was saying, and everybody was excited. And he said he asked him at the end, the black guy, "Can I have your speech?"
He said that was a good speech.
And
thinking that the speech was written on this paper,
and he gave him the one that was on the paper, and he said he didn't see nothing. He didn't see the lines
that he said.
He said, and Martin, that's when Martin told him he changed it.
Wow!
Just because I wrote this, don't mean that's what I'm gonna say.
And he changed it according to the audience and how they were receptive. That's right. That's a person that is wise to understand. You kind of like attentive, and you kind of listening to your audience and hearing how they respond.
So I like how he gave him credit for that. He gave that other guy.
He never did sell it. They wanted to pay him.
He still has that speech. And I like how the Matt Damon character gave credit to. You know what? I like the whole movie because it really was a movie about the deal. Yeah. Michael Jordan didn't even really need to be in the movie.
He didn't. They
only showed the side of his face.
Whatever young guy was playing him, they showed, and then you heard him on the phone talking. Yeah. Or you saw a side of his face looking at the pictures.
But even though they said he wasn't needed, I'm kind of happy that even glimpses of him was there. Yeah. Because it made you feel like he was involved.
He was.
In that. It wasn't just his mom.
That was a creative way to show that. Because they could have gone a whole different way with directing.
Him talking and all kind of stuff. Yes. But I like that. I like how when they his parents and him came in there, the black guy who Chris Tucker played, they noticed that. No other company had a black guy in that leadership position.
Thank you.
And then she said, "You like it here?" And he said, "I like it." She asked him. I don't. Why would I want my son to sign with a company and the black guy that's in the room, he don't even like it?
Thank you.
So she wanted to know, do you like it here? He said, I like it.
And if it's true, Matt Damon's character, Sonny, when he took a chance, he took a risk. As a trailblazer, sometimes you have to do that to make things happen and move and shake the earth.
Yep.
He was not supposed to go visit the mother.
No.
Michael Jordan's
They
mom.
told him that's
dad.
the end of your career if you do that.
You go around the agent.
The agent. You have to go through the
agent.
agent.
Was so angry, but he felt this in his soul that this is a good move for them and an opportunity to go ahead and sign Michael Jordan.
But you notice what happened? If he would have been anybody else who showed up at that house, I don't think she would have welcomed him in.
Why you say that?
It was something about him that she liked. Because remember, they talked about him and his mom and stuff before he even pitched.
Right.
She was something about him. And I think she thought, because remember, he knows basketball.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of these guys that was wearing the suits, they don't know basketball. They know money. They know like how much money I can make off of you. And I think she sensed he knows basketball. Like he loves this game. They showed that.
They showed that in the office when they had a meeting.
He loves
and
basketball.
One of the managers was kind of talking to them and kind of like and then of course you think about Converse, Adidas, and Nike, these large companies. They do talk about athletes. Who's out there? Who can we bring in?
Right.
Who would promote our product?
But this guy knows he's a scout.
Yeah.
He's able to look and say, you will be probably the number one player of all time. It was so funny because when they was discussing some of the players, we know some of them, and the things that was being said is funny because we know how they ended up. Patrick Ewing,
Charles Barkley.
He's too much troublemaker.
They
was gonna go with Charles Barkley.
You be careful who you endorsing because you don't want them to be a face of your product.
And how much do you want to bet? Did Charles Barkley know that? Until after this movie.
That's funny.
I wonder if Charles Barkley gonna say something after this movie that he would have been,
because it's true.
The shoe would have been his.
He has a big mouth,
but he talks too much. So they was like, no. And John Stockton, they liked him.
Yeah.
But it was something about, you know what? And I think that Sonny guy, he said, I believe in him because his coach believed in him. Yeah. And he gave that whole big old thing about how they gave Michael Jordan the ball, the game-winning ball. Yes.
Okay.
And that was the coaches on his way out. You on your way out, you have to win.
Yeah.
And he said, give the ball to Michael Jordan.
Because he said, look how relaxed. He played back
and
that
he was
footage.
Relaxed. It didn't even matter that I was the if I get this, then we win the championship. If I don't, everybody's destroyed.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan didn't even act like it mattered. He was like, here, boom. Give me the ball.
Okay.
And people must remember, we're from Chicago. Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan here.
Yeah.
I mean, come get out of here. If you try to come into Chicago saying that other basketball player is the best basketball player, we'll kick you out of here.
Likeness there. Like we said when we traveled one year when Obama was getting ready to run for president.
Yes.
We mentioned Chicago. The three names came up.
Yes.
Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, and Obama.
And during the time when they built the shoe around him, a lot of people wasn't watching basketball. No. So Michael Jordan revolutionized basketball. People started watching basketball. So just stop it, guys.
It amazes
He is the greatest player of all time. It's not just stats. It's saving the game of basketball. It's changing the contracts that these guys sign.
I like
everything.
That his mom was very involved with his career choices as far as money-wise.
Yes.
It made sense if you thought about it, because even the Sonny guy, Matt Damon character, when she said, we're going to sign with you guys, but every shoe
that has his name
on it,
he wants a percentage.
He gets a percentage of
and
that.
That's why he's a billionaire. And that's why he's a billionaire.
Why wouldn't you give him some money?
And they were like, that's never been heard of. They said that the board won't go for that.
He didn't, and he probably said because when he came back to the main guy, He said we can't do the deal.
And I like how the owner of Nike was unorthodox. Mm-hmm. So he was like, "Go ahead."
CEO. He said,
"The CEO."
I'll worry about the board and talk to them about this guy. This basketball player is going to get a percentage of his sales.
Yep. So it did. It made you like Nike more too.
Well, I'm wearing it now.
Yeah. It made you like Nike more.
I didn't even realize I had it on at the theater.
And remember when they went after Tiger Woods with that whole thing, Nike didn't drop him.
No.
Nike's unorthodox.
Think about Nike. Think about when you watch the games. I was telling my sister as far as buying stock in Nike. When you watch the games, the Olympic players, the basketball players, the football players, what do you see on their uniforms?
You know where
little swoosh.
You know where Just Do It came from. Remember he said that?
Yeah. And what his agent was arguing.
We
that
didn't
he
even
came
know.
Up with it.
We didn't know. No, Just Do It, not Air Jordan.
No.
Your Just Do It.
I'm sorry.
It was a guy who was getting ready to die in prison. They was getting ready to execute him. And they said, "Do you have any famous last words?" He said, "Just do it." That's where they got the "Just Do It" from.
Mm-hmm. Just do it.
And the swoosh came from the
man said he paid $35 for a person to design the swoosh.
And wasn't that
it didn't stick with him?
Some god of the air,
grow on him. Yeah.
Some air god or something. Because he was a Buddhist guy.
Yeah.
So that's it didn't mean nothing to him.
It just shows you that we can't despise small beginnings.
Yep.
You can't. And then as a trailblazer, you're gonna run into some walls and hurdles. But as a trailblazer, you keep moving because you feel so strongly about that idea.
But it also showed trailblazers, you still need people.
Yeah, to help you through it.
You need help.
Yeah, you need people to trust you with that whatever you got going on, that mission, that vision, that goal.
Which means that you have a history. Mm-hmm. The Sonny guy had a history of being successful.
Yeah.
So people will bet on you if you're successful. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're somebody that come up with a harebrained idea every minute, you don't execute any of them.
That's what Kanye did. Kanye, when I watched the documentary of Kanye,
he was a trailblazer.
He was a trailblazer. He went after Jay-Z and them to get his music. Hear it. Here's what I got. This is what I got.
Even in fashion, though, because he looked at the people who opened the door for him, like Run DMC, because remember they was talking about Adidas. Mm-hmm. When Run DMC came up with Adidas, they made Adidas cool. Yeah. So like every dude wanted to wear Adidas. Not that it was a better shoe. Right. It was just cool. Mm-hmm. Kanye took that to the next level by saying everybody's going to want to wear this because we telling them to.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I saw they threw a little side stuff in there about Adidas and being German and Adolf Hitler
to Hitler.
And we all said that they was the last ones to drop Kanye when he made those anti-Semitic remarks because the company is German and they do have ties to the Nazis. I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah, they hint to that in the movies.
So I just thought that was funny. And it's funny now that they losing money because of a guy who was making them all the money made anti-Semitic. See, God don't like ugly. You plant those seeds,
comes back to you.
It's gonna come back.
And Nike owns Converse now.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yep. So I thought it was a good movie. Overall, I would say if you haven't seen it, see it. It's not like,
good movie.
I mean, we gave some spoilers, but it doesn't matter. We already know how it ended. You know that
he didn't have the deal.
You know he has a deal, whatever. Yeah. And it's still a good movie.
It was a rough road to get to that.
Yes.
And he did some not unethical. He did unorthodox. Is that the word now? Because he was not supposed to go visit any athlete's family.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
And you're not supposed to go above their agent.
Yeah.
Because that's the agent's job.
Yeah. So it was good. Good movie.
And if it was true what the movie showed, she didn't even use the agent to even tell them about the deal. She said, I want to call them myself.
Talked herself.
So Miss Jordan was on it.
It was good. And I didn't know that all Michael Jordan wanted was that stupid car. He just wanted a Mercedes, a red Mercedes.
You know how a lot of athletes are.
His mom made him
that red car.
His mom made him a billionaire.
Yeah, she did.
If it was just that knucklehead, he would have just had a car.
And I wish more parents get involved, guardians get involved with their kids' lives when they're doing sports, when they're signing these contracts. Are you going to take care of my son? What does my son get out of this? You using my son's name.
Exactly.
Or my daughter, whoever is in that sport.
Yep.
important.
Either you be a businessman or get somebody that's
somebody you trust.
around that you trust that would help.
And
him
that's in
or her.
any industry.
Yeah.
Music, because even
But
you
it
said
was
some
good.
moms are
they
some people's managers.
Yeah, and some of them are good.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is I thought it was a good movie.
Mhm.
It might be nominated. What do you think?
That Matt Damon.
Yeah.
You think him and what's his name? Because they did more of the acting.
More than Viola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Viola had little bits and parts, but no, not for that.
And it was a movie that was more of a cast movie where they all worked together, worked good. Not one person stood out. It was the whole movie.
They all played off each other.
Yeah.
Now I laugh because, like you had said earlier, when they all was planning on pitching. Like all the other shoe places had they big wigs, they do nice little suits on, and they pitching to Michael Jordan and his mom and dad.
They had to pivot like Martin Luther King.
They had to pivot like Martin Luther King did with the I Have a Dream, which I did not know.
I didn't know either.
That he pivoted from that piece of paper he wrote and went just kind of like ad-libbing. Yeah. And that was beautiful. And Matt Damon's character did that when they were pitching to Michael.
Because Michael Jordan was bored.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm hearing that y'all telling me the same pitch that everybody else is.
Yeah, that was good though.
So definitely a movie. I would say what do you get it? 1 out of 5 stars. How many you give it?
4 or 5. 4.5.
Which one? 4.5?
4.5.
How many stars you give it? 4.5. Very good movie.
We learned some things. What now?
What's his name? With the big eye.
Oh, Chris Tucker.
Mm-hmm. Wendy says, hello, girls. Hey, Wendy. Wendy M says, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. The origin of Just Do It. Yeah, just do it. The guy said, just do it. Mm-hmm. His last words.
His agent fussing about, he came up with Air Jordan.
Oh, they fussing about who came up with Air Jordan. I believe it's the guy who did the shoe. Okay. I don't believe it's his agent. Because looking at that agent, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
He actually sold his business like he said he would.
Right.
With no friends.
And it was very interesting that the Michael Jordan earns over $400 million a year in passive income just from Air Jordan.
From Air Jordan.
Passive income.
Kids was getting beat up with the stolen Air Jordan.
$400 million. And I didn't know his mom runs his foundation in Chicago here.
Yeah.
And billions of dollars have gone into that foundation, into helping. So a lot of people always go, what does Michael Jordan do? Don't worry about what he do. His money does. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about everybody. Don't have to always. That's the other thing with Oprah Winfrey. Mm-hmm. People always say, what does Oprah Winfrey do? I know for a fact in a small town that we lived in, she built a girls' home.
Yeah, that burnt down.
It burnt recently.
No, she built it because the other one burnt down.
Oh, the other one burnt down and she built it. No news, no fanfare, nobody. Oh, this came from Oprah. No.
Yeah.
So don't worry about what these people are doing stuff with their money. They just don't put it all on the news all the time.
Right.
And that's a small town that I know for a fact she built a girl's home in. Yeah. Imagine how many other towns she's done stuff in.
Aside from Africa, she's doing lots in this country.
With Beyonce and Jay-Z, they've given a lot of money to a lot of defense attorneys for a lot of these guys that get locked up.
Oh, really?
With bad defense attorneys, and they trying to put them in jail because they don't have no money.
That's good.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have given millions.
They take over their legal fees to take.
They cover the legal fees, and
we all know a good lawyer.
And they've also done other things. So a lot of times people don't tell you what they do,
right?
But they do.
They don't need to toot their horn to get approval from the audience,
right? Let's see. Rosebud says, hello, ladies. Hey, Rosebud.
Hey.
Wendy M says, I didn't know that either about the MLK speech. I know.
Interesting facts we picked up.
And he had already written, I Had a Dream.
And when the character,
but he didn't give that speech.
When the character of Wayans Brothers, his character, which was that Olympics basketball coach, he said that's a good speech.
He has the I Have the Dream speech,
and won't sell
original
it.
I Have the Dream speech.
They was saying millions of dollars,
millions. He won't sell it. He has the original.
Maybe when he passes away,
because when Martin Luther King spoke at this event, he was supposed to give that speech, and he pivoted.
I have a dream.
And changed his speech on the spot.
Yeah.
And just spoke from his heart. And that was compelling. And the man was like, I love what you said. Can I have your speech? And he was like, here. Even though that's not what I spoke about.
That's why God called him. He's an orator, a good orator. He speaks. He's a minister. God said, I know who I'm doing.
A good minister.
And in fact, God may have touched his heart too to say, put that aside. How many ministers have we gone to where they say, I had a sermon today,
but God led me
to go a whole different way.
Somebody in here needs to hear this. And they go in a whole nother direction. That's good. Don't be willing to pivot.
Yeah.
And that's not just on a speech, but that's on anything.
Like they did with the pitch to Michael Jordan.
That's business. That's anything you do. Be willing to pivot. Don't be so stuck into your
video, show the so-and-so.
You might get into an audience, or you might, even comedians know that. Mm-hmm. You get up and you have a whole show plan, and you tell a few jokes and the audience is sit like this.
Yeah, you got to pivot.
So now you understand, you say, okay, that didn't work. What do y'all want to hear? Fart jokes? And if somebody start laughing, okay, I know now I got a fart joke.
My little Three Stooges slapstick.
Have you ever been in a washroom and it's 100 stalls and the guy comes and sits right next to you? Mm-hmm. The audience is laughing because that's the type of humor they like.
Yeah,
they like fart jokes and stuff like that.
It was a concert that we went to. It was Dorinda Clark, one of the Clark sisters, and we were waiting on her to do her song because she has a CD out as well. Mm-hmm. God pivoted her to just do songs that all her sisters do. And the audience was singing along. You brought the sunshine. We were like, yay! Thank you, Dorinda.
And then there's people who pivot and you wish they would have stayed where they would. Yeah. Because you said you went to see Hezekiah Walker and it wasn't good.
No, not Hezekiah. Hezekiah is always good.
Who was it?
It was, oh God, what's his name? Sold Out. Not Sold Out. Show Up.
Oh, I don't know who he is. I know he's
Mama, do you remember the gospel artist that sings Show Up? And he only did whining song.
It's not Hezekiah Walker. It's
it's not Hezekiah.
Well,
I'll think of it when I come to it. He sings Show Up.
Let's see.
John P. Key.
John P. Key. Okay.
We were waiting for John P. Key to sing all of his famous gospel songs. He did a tribute to the Hawkins family. And we sat there and went.
Now that's an ideal of somebody who missed God.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm talking about on that one.
Let's see. Scooby-Doo says hello, everyone. Hey Scooby. Hey. Rosebud says, I'm gonna have to watch that movie. It was good. It was good, Rosebud. Mm-hmm. Scooby-Doo says blessings to the Belafonte family on the passing of Harry Belafonte. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were gonna talk about that.
That's one of our next stories.
Wendy M says, as a teacher, I know that's right about knowing how to pivot. Exactly.
You have to ad-lib. You got to keep it moving. You got to be creative. You got to be ready to go. You got to go a different direction.
Yep. All right. So there we go. I give it a 4.52.
Okay.
All right. So let's go here. You know what? You mentioned Harry Belafonte. Let's talk about him real quick. Harry Belafonte, singer and actor, tireless activist, dies at age 96.
He lived a good life.
Did you know that, Mom?
He looks good, too.
Yeah. 96.
They talked about him on The View.
Harry Belafonte, the singer, actor, and civil rights activist who broke down racial barriers, has died at the age of 96. Now, I'm going to be honest. I thought he was already dead.
No.
I actually thought he was already dead.
They would have talked about him on the
a lot of these people.
There was memorial.
You named somebody else like a week or two ago, and I said, I thought they was already dead.
Stop.
You don't remember who it was? Mm-mm. It was somebody else you named.
Still living.
No, it was old people like this, 96, not Carol Burnett.
Betty White kind of person?
Yeah, they were old.
Oh, okay.
As well as performing global hits such as Dale, the Banana Boat song, winning a Tony Award.
You won't go home.
Winning a Tony Award for acting and appearing in numerous feature films, Belafonte spent his life fighting for a variety of causes. The funny thing about it is I know him more for being an activist than I know anything else other than the Deo song.
I know him more being an actor.
More than being an activist? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Singer, actor.
Okay. He bankrolled numerous 1960s initiatives to bring civil rights to Black Americans. He campaigned against poverty, apartheid, and AIDS in Africa, and supported left-wing political figures such as Cuba's Fidel Castro and Venezuela's Hugo Chavez. The cause of death was congestive heart failure. His spokesman told the New York Times. Figures include the rapper Ice Cube and Mia Farrow paid tribute to Belafonte. The U.S. news anchor Christian Amanpour tweeted that he inspired generations around the whole world in the struggle for nonviolent resistance, justice, and change. We need his example now more than ever.
Remember his daughter, Sherry Belafonte?
Sherry Belafonte, I remember. Too. So Harry Belafonte, you know, send prayers to his family. 96. He lived a long life.
He's leaving a good legacy.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Rosebud said, yes, rest peacefully to Mr. Harry Belafonte. And Wendy said he was an EGOT. Okay. So an EGOT. So that means he had an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
He was? I didn't know that.
Wow. If he wasn't, he should have been.
You sure, Wendy?
I'm just saying, if he wasn't, he should have been.
Okay, go ahead.
So just Harry Belafonte.
Very talented, handsome man back then. That was like the names of the. You know how we do.
Everybody would say, "Who you think you are, Harry Belafonte?"
Yeah.
Then what's his name came? Billy D.
Billy D.
Harry Belafonte was before Billy D. Remember, everybody used to say,
"Oh my God!"
Everybody used to say, "Who you think you are, Harry Belafonte?"
And then
it's, "Who you think you are, Billy D. Williams?" Then, "Who do you think you are, Denzel Washington?" Now, who do you think you are, Idris Elba? Now, who's now?
I don't know. Who is it that likes the Michael B. Jordan?
No, I wouldn't put him
in that category yet.
He not with Idris.
No, Idris is still hot right now, but who's a younger one?
We need who's now, y'all? Did everybody say, who you think you are?
See, Emerald that says she gonna say Michael B. Jordan.
What?
Hot now.
Michael B. Jordan.
Because he was on the Sexiest Man cover of some magazine, too.
You know what? The sad thing, we say white man now. Who you think you are, Brad Pitt?
George Clooney?
Who you think you, George Clooney? We need somebody young now that we can say who you think you are.
Yeah.
So who is that, y'all?
I can think of is Michael B. Jordan.
We got to say who it was. Let's see. Wendy says he did a dance number with a white woman and was told not to touch her.
Right.
The South dropped the show. Wow.
Yeah.
And Wendy says he was an EGOT.
Okay. I didn't know that.
There he is with Martin Luther King. That's what I remember him with too. A lot of marching with Martin Luther King
and the other like fair skinned man.
Yeah.
In Georgia.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
You talking about the Atlanta mayor?
Yeah.
Andrew Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember him, and look how tall he is. Unless Martin Luther King was short. How short was Martin Luther King?
Was he average?
I don't know. Average height? Yeah. So, Mom, back in your days, was Harry Belafonte known as being good looking?
Oh, yeah.
Was there any other man who y'all said was good looking? Other than Harry Belafonte? I said, back in your day, my mom said, oh, yes. Harry Belafonte. Rosebud said, yes, Billy was fine.
Wendy
says,
send me information about that because I don't see his name as listed as an EGOT.
Wendy says he sat with Coretta at the funeral.
Yeah, I don't see his name. I see black men. I see John Legend. I see Common, James Earl Jones.
Okay,
I don't see him listed as an EGOT.
All right, well,
let's see.
If he's not,
this could be wrong too.
If he's not, he should.
That's why when she said that, I was surprised because I kind of know the EGOTs, black people.
Well, you mean the black people,
the black folks. Yeah.
If he is, and he should be.
Okay,
for sure, he should.
But
be.
Whoopi talked about him today because they were friends.
Okay,
so she'll miss him.
All right, so let me. Wendy says Dr. King was 57 or 5'7". Maybe 5'7".
Oh, that's average. That's
so
not
average.
Real tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I want to do this guy? I want to do
him. Preacher man, because we were supposed to do him yesterday.
I was supposed to do this guy yesterday.
When you showed me this on TikTok, I was like, they got to be acting.
No, he's for real.
You know how people stage things?
No, watch this. This guy is for real. Hold on.
You've been called ugly. You've been called a bitch before. I command the
the spirit of bitch to come out. I command the spirit of bitch to come out. Everyone that called you a bitch, everyone that called you a...
All right, let me play that again.
Listen carefully, y'all. What spirits he's casting out.
I can't even get to it anymore.
You want to do the... Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. Here it is.
Okay.
Been a part of your life. You've been called ugly. You've been called a bitch before. I command the spirit of bitch to come out.
Ma, can you hear this?
I command the spirit of bitch to come out.
Listen to this,
Everyone
Ma.
that called you a bitch. Everyone that called you a...
Ma, listen to this.
The spirit of the bitch.
It's called, this man is pastor. Hold on. Listen to this, Ma.
Been a part of your life. You've been called ugly. You've been called a bitch before. I command the spirit of bitch to come out. I command the spirit of bitch to come out. Everyone that called you a bitch. Everyone that called you a...
Ma.
Okay, y'all. Do y'all know what a spirit of the bitch is? What is that? I don't know what spirit that is.
First of all,
when Satan comes in and he brings in that spirit, what does it do?
First of all, before he even got to the spirit of the bitch, before he even got to that,
you was ugly.
He said you've been called ugly. This man low key called that woman ugly.
So how's she gonna sit there and receive that? You calling me ugly? Oh, no matter where I go, you're calling me ugly. You didn't talk about Jesus' sheep.
God.
He said, love the sheep, feed the sheep, not call them ugly.
He said you've been called ugly before. He said, and you've been called a bitch before. I command the spirit of the bitch to come out.
Remember our old pastor used to say the spirit of the N word? We said, oh, they got the spirit of the N word. Because they acting crazy and stupid and ignorant. Why we got to put a spirit on it?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, the spirit
Wendy
of the bitch.
said this. She said, Harry Belafonte, an EGOT winner and civil rights trailblazer, has died at 96. So I guess she said on this report, it says he's an EGOT winner, but you saying on the list of EGOTs, they don't have him listed.
Yeah, they don't have him listed. That's not good that they missing his name.
Yeah,
because
they don't have him listed
on the black man too.
Yeah, to have him listed.
I'll look into
so they
that.
need to change that then. If he's not listed in the list,
remember when
but yet they saying it on the thing.
Remember we talked about news, and news is not always like, oh man, the news is wrong.
Yep. Rosebud said he sure did. Oh my God, where he from? This, I don't know who this
is. This a Southern ministry or where?
I don't know. This man, I don't know.
Y'all been to these kind of events, these worship services, these seminars, where they when you coming up to the altar and they whatever the Holy Spirit is hopefully touching their hearts to pray over. I've never heard of
this guy. I've watched a couple of these TikToks with this pastor Brian.
Oh, you followed it?
I don't like him either. Look at him.
Is he a little arrogant?
I'll never be defeated. Y'all better do better than that. You're blessed. I ain't scared. You blessed. I said I ain't scared. I'll be here. Just keep watching.
He's very arrogant. He went up to this one lady and he was laying hands on her and he said, "What you doing with your legs? Keeping your legs bucked. Like you don't want to fall. You wait, almost like you wasted my time." And then he went away from her. And then another person, oh, I wish I could go to these ones.
Where is he from?
I don't know. Then these other ones where I thought it was funny. This choir. And he got up and was like, no. Y'all rehearsed? He rebuked the choir and stopped them from singing. So y'all horrible. Who does that?
He sound like that pastor that chewed me out for leaving.
And they said that's why people don't go to church.
He sound like that pastor when I got ready to leave. I had to leave and go back out of town because I was on about 30,
and
40,
it wasn't even
where you going?
Right, it wasn't.
I sat here to listen to you,
and it wasn't even a choir song. It was a praise and worship. So you stopped them from praise and worship to tell them they can't sing.
He's just like other mean pastors that we've come across.
So I just thought that was funny. I said, this man is a trip.
I'm trying to understand the spirit of the bitch.
The spirit
that he's casting out, where he probably need to lay hands on himself.
He said the spirit of the bitch.
You've been called ugly.
He said you've been called ugly before. Oh, boy. All right.
Okay. So we said all of this to say,
I just thought it was funny.
Watch yourself, whatever lines you get in for prayer. They made you out.
Wendy M says Oscar was an honorary one according to a website. Oh, maybe for Harry Belafonte. Maybe that's why they don't list it.
See, that's what I'm saying. If it's honorary, it's not really.
That's still one.
No.
Whatever.
We have honorary sorority sisters. They didn't pledge. They didn't do no coming in that way. They're honorary.
Rosebud, but they still. Aretha Franklin was an honorary Delta.
She's
and
not
she was
an
buried.
If she's an honorary.
No, she was an honorary Delta, and she still was buried as a Delta.
I'm saying it doesn't work in the acting field.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean.
No, you said sorority.
Well, you even said some honoraries is not considered. They can split. They can strip that from you, right? Because
they can strip anything, even if you pledge.
We need to look up the word honorary.
Same as a degree, honorary degree. You could get stripped from that.
What's his name? You can strip from any.
Yeah, you can get stripped from any, or even a regular degree.
I just need to know what honorary means, because if it's just honoring you because you've done so much in that area,
yes. Rosebud says, "Oh Lord, no, he didn't." Okay. You don't have to sign in now. Oh, you looking up honorary? Okay. What is this? I'm sitting up here choking. And you doing something. I can't even keep talking. No, I got some. Okay. The Fugees member Pras Michael exposes himself as an FBI informant during a conspiracy trial. Now, the Fugees, you know the Fugees. Mm-hmm. It's three of them. Okay. You know, Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and then Pras.
Right.
He was an FBI informant.
Did
y'all know that?
Was he they was looking for specific group that he can get in there?
According to Rolling Stone, Pras, Michael, 1/3 of the New Jersey bred hip-hop group, the Fugees, is currently on trial in federal court. The embattled rapper has pleaded not guilty to federal charges of conspiracy and falsifying records. The charges are related to Pras' alleged involvement with the Malaysian financier Ho Lo, whatever his name is, who is accused of financing $4.5 billion from Malaysia's IMDb Sovereign Wealth Fund. In a rarity, Michael decided to testify in his own defense. He reportedly told the judge in the case he was doing so after consulting with my attorneys and the universe. Is he crazy?
Wow.
The case against Michael and Lowe, but the financier is not in court due to his fugitive status. Federal prosecutors have accused the Jersey recording artist of getting millions from assisting this Lowe dude in running foreign influence campaigns against the United States government. Ooh. While Barack Obama and Donald Trump were in office. Michael is accused of channeling money from Lowe to Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. He is also accused of lobbying the Trump administration to drop an investigation into Lowe and extradite descendant Chinese billionaire, whatever his name is, Gu Wengu, whatever. Michael admitted to prosecutors last week that he voluntarily met with FBI agents to assist with China's attempts to deport this guy. Mm-hmm. You was a rapper. How did he get into all this?
I don't know. I guess it's easy too. He's showing that you can.
Well, if he's convicted, that's it. He would be convicted of being a traitor, really.
So go back. Isn't he helping the FBI though?
That's what he said. He's an FBI informant.
Yeah.
But you got.
They probably gave him a deal. We'll get you off if you help us, get in there and tell us.
But here's the thing. Is he going to be like one of them people in the movie where you get caught, they're going to be like, we don't know what you're talking about. You ain't no FBI informant. Oh, where's that written on paper that you're an FBI informant?
I don't think it needs to be written. Isn't that something that's secret on the download?
Okay. Let's see. Wendy says it was not honorary. It was lifetime achievement. Oh, lifetime achievement. So not honorary. It's a lifetime achievement.
What I was saying earlier, what's considered one of the definitions of honorary is conferred or elected in recognition of achievement or service without the usual prerequisites or obligations. That's why I was saying, even though Aretha is an honorary, we from the sorority world have to say honorary. Right. She didn't do the prerequisites to become a Delta. Yeah. So you safe by saying honorary. Right. That's what I meant.
Right.
I didn't mean to shoot her down, but you know what I meant.
But that's what I'm saying. She still is a Delta.
She's an honorary Delta.
They don't say that.
You got to.
All right, it don't matter.
Yeah, she didn't go through all of the things that you went through and I went through.
You didn't go through the stuff I went through.
You even can say that with me being grad chapter.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Undergrad, you went through
undergrad,
more.
I'm pledged.
And
Y'all bought y'all.
and we can't even do any hazing for real now.
Right. So then in that case, then people gonna shoot. If you're in the sorority world, then the ones that's the undergrads like me will shoot you guys. The grad chapter.
Grad chapter don't
You
count.
bought y'all,
But we not honorary.
but you bought
I
it.
paid. I did my service.
We pledged.
Okay, yeah, y'all did.
I had to eat an onion.
Oh, stop. Don't say what your hazing thing was.
That was 1987.
We can't do it no more, though.
No, they not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm sure no sororities and fraternities don't haze anymore.
Supposed to.
But she's saying it wasn't an honorary, it's lifetime achievement.
There we go. Okay.
Rosebud said, Praz, why you do that, bro? Wendy M says, but then I also saw like 10 news articles saying he's an EGOT. So that's what I'm saying. It's so many. It's like the article Wendy sent said he was.
They take EGOTs serious.
Bella,
so the list that you see,
but she's saying she saw a list. He's on there. It's just back and forth. But
you know what? Even if you were to go EGOT, you can go in each field and say what did he get in that field? Right. So if you can do that.
Well, if you're going to do that. See, here, that's why it doesn't. Look.
Did he win an Academy Award?
The bottom
did he win
line,
an Emmy Award?
The
did
bottom
he win a
line
Grammy Award? I mean,
Jennifer Hudson is an EGOT.
Yeah.
Which, and if we're gonna make it to the highest standard of the law or whatever,
Damn, it is what it is.
No, I'm saying,
I get it.
You know, I mean,
it's cut and dry. It's not no gray area with EGOTs.
Right.
Did you win a Grammy? Did you win an Oscar?
Yeah.
Did you win an Emmy?
Right.
Did you win
But people are arguing, say, like Whoopi Goldberg.
It could be an honorary one.
No, like people would say with Whoopi Goldberg, she won a Grammy, right? Not singing.
It doesn't matter. Our cousin got nominated for education,
but that was in music.
That's still he got nominated for No, I'm the point I'm making is that you can hit any area within Academy, any area within Grammy.
No, I'm saying if you want to. What I'm trying to tell you.
I see what you're saying. She didn't sing anything or play an instrument.
What I'm trying
she did a voiceover thing, right?
What I'm trying to tell you, no comedy. What I'm trying to tell you,
I'm thinking of Viola.
What I'm trying to tell you is, in all of it, everybody has an argument about EGOTs. There's going to be people who are the purest people who are going to say, in every one of those categories, did you technically win?
That's different
than
what we're talking about.
I don't like when somebody cut me off.
Kim, I'm sorry.
Anyway, we'll move on.
Wendy, you can agree with us. We both are saying something different than what Kim is saying. People can challenge the categories that Whoopi has won in all four groups. We're not even talking about that. We're saying, did he even win in all four groups?
What
that's all we're saying.
Is, what they're telling
I know that's a different argument you're bringing up.
What they're telling you is when they look it up, on some list he's there and some he's not.
No.
There's not a consistent list.
Well, that's part of our argument.
All right.
Yours is a whole different
Mine is a whole nother argument.
Which is true, because people feel like, wait a minute, she got a Grammy? She don't even sing or play an instrument.
Whereas, to be honest, if it's not true, Harry Belafonte should have gotten an EGOT long before Jennifer Hudson. Because he was a movie star. He was a musician. His music was #1. He was a Tony Award winner. I mean, if you're going to be technical.
If he got the award,
yeah.
Okay.
And then you can't even do that. Because then there's some people who never win these awards who are #1 in the field. That's because their peers didn't nominate them.
I just know we've been talking lately about EGOTs. I
know, which don't mean, in my opinion, it used to mean something. It don't, in my opinion, it don't mean as much as it used to back in the day.
For me, it does, because it's opening up a lot of fields for other things to be considered in that group, in that academy in general. Okay. Like writers who come up with educational things can be nominated for a Grammy.
Right.
A person with a cartoon show
can
be nominated for an Oscar. That's unfair for us to now go, that category is not strong enough. It needs to be acting.
Yeah, because you watering it down.
I don't like that.
Yeah. The Grammys, I would think, it used to be music. But now if you putting people with comedy albums in there, then anybody can get one.
Because it's the CD that's
Give
sold.
me a Grammy.
If you do a comedy show, and
I shouldn't get a Grammy.
Why not?
I'm not. To me personally,
It
I
should
feel
be
like
just music.
I feel like comedy should be either in the acting area or it
Okay.
should be in more stage,
Oh.
like maybe a Tony or something.
Okay.
But to me,
Not in the Grammy.
Grammy,
Academy.
in my opinion, is music.
Whether
Whether
you
you write
write it,
music,
sing
produce
it, play it. Okay.
all of that.
Okay.
If you don't sing a inch, in my opinion,
Mhm.
you should not get a Grammy.
Okay.
But then that would strip Whoopi of her EGOT. So
That's
just like Tony, just because Jennifer Hudson is listed as one of the producers, even though she wasn't a hand-on producer
Mhm.
of the play, she gets a Tony because she was lit. It's like she funded it. So if I fund something,
Mhm.
I get that. I get
That's
it
part
too.
of your work.
But in EGOT, see, whereas you got people actually on the stage
That's why.
who were like, "I want a Tony."
That's why Candy. That's why Candy wants one. She wants
Right,
one so bad from
yeah.
the Housewives of
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah.
Because she does all those things.
Yes, for me, a true EGOT. If I'm gonna say an EGOT, I want to see you dance on that stage.
Uh-huh.
I want to see you sing at the Grammys. I want to see you win in acting at the Oscars. I want to see it all. I
Uh-huh.
don't want your name listed because you
Uh-huh.
wrote a check and the play won.
Okay.
So now you win that.
See, that's a whole nother ball game.
It's a whole
You're
nother
right.
ball game.
Okay.
I think Jamie Foxx is sick now. Jamie Foxx to me should be up there because Jamie Foxx can sing,
Mhm.
he can act.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's not about if you can do all those things. It's
Right.
about you being picked and selected
Yeah.
by your peers in those different
And
groups.
we all know what that means. That's why Drake don't even go to the Grammys
I know.
anymore, even though he's the best rapper out there right now. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't matter. You even said the awards don't matter as much as they used to. Back in the day, if you won a Grammy,
Mhm.
that was like we all sat in front of
was
the
special,
TV,
uh-huh.
and it was like, oh my God, the Grammy Awards is coming on. Who's going to win a Grammy? Now it's like, who is that
Because remember
that won a Grammy?
because you were saying, for me, when I was watching the Grammys and how it's changed, is now you got a group of people
Mhm.
making that decision. I like the American Music Awards.
Where
The American Music Awards is the people made that
Yeah.
decision. The popular vote, even when we're running for president, Hillary got the most popular vote. But because of the electoral, she didn't win.
Right,
So
right.
that's kind of like the whole thing with the Grammys. Their peers are selecting them, and they may like them or don't like them. But when
Okay.
the people are selecting you, you know who likes you.
Rosebud said prize corny for what type of charges he got hanging over his head. I don't even understand that whole thing with him being an FBI informant.
Wow, yeah.
Wendy says it is different in the Academy Awards. That means you did a lot that went unrecognized. You did the work is totally different from sorority. I have known for many years that he was an EGOT. Wendy M says Wikipedia says he's an EGOT. The other Wendy says they're loved, period. The other Wendy says, two Wendy's going back and forth. Wendy M says it lists him under non-competitive list. And then Wendy says whatever, and then she says Jamie never did Broadway, but Jamie could do Broadway. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he hasn't done it.
Or that's why I feel Tony. Now I feel like Tony Awards. I feel like the comics should be under Tony Awards because
it's
you're
a
on stage. That's my opinion.
You're on stage
Yes.
delivering comedy,
and and if you ain't never did stand up,
but you're saying that's
that's
how she.
very difficult
So
to
you
do.
telling me that's how she got her?
Whoopi Goldberg, yeah, through her comedy.
I thought it was her Emmy award, her Tony award was because of her comedy.
No, not that. I'm talking. Her Tony was from her comedy,
Which is
her
what you're
one woman
saying.
show. No, that was a show. I'm saying stand up. They should put that under there too.
Oh, because she did win. So that means that she did win. What was
Whoopi's
the Grammy
fine
for?
with me. I just feel like a Grammy. She got
Oh.
it for the comedy, but I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. It don't matter. Who cares what
Okay.
anybody?
Whoever said whatever.
John Legend got one.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Hudson, I was happy she got it, but that was the last straw for me. Mm-hmm. It brought it to me when Jennifer Hudson got it.
What was the Tony?
It didn't matter.
What was her Tony?
Being a producer.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what did she do in the Tony Award? Okay.
Rosebud said, "Yeah, you truly deserved a Grammy back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember when Michael Jackson won all those Grammys? It meant something back then." Mm-hmm. Wendy says, yes, he's cold and they don't give comments. Anything is not fair. Obama has a Grammy too. Oh yeah, from his book.
He sure did.
That's what I'm saying. It's
remember we got different categories now.
I don't like that. It should be all music.
Oh, wow.
All right, that's done with that.
Okay.
All right, we done. Let me go to we didn't get to none of these stories.
Well, at least we got that preacher one done.
The donkey of the day.
Okay.
You always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is. American woman reveals how she left teaching job to become a porn star.
Okay.
She used to teach at a Catholic school.
Those kids ran her off to
a teacher turned porn star reveals how her Catholic school job made her feel apart from God, but claims the religious figure told her. She said God told her to go into the adult industry.
Yeah, we all know. Okay. Remember, she could have had the spirit of the bitch.
Courtney, she has the spirit of the bitch. Spirit of the bitch. I'm going to start using that on people. If they start acting up, I'm going to be like, I'll bind that spirit of the bitch.
Well, we would say the spirit of the N-word.
No, I'm saying if it's somebody going off or something, I'm going to say you have the spirit of the bitch. Courtney, or even a man. Okay. They can't stand when you call them a
B.
Oh,
yeah, they sure don't.
Courtney Talia says she was raised a good Christian girl and found work as a teacher at a Catholic school, but never truly felt happy. The Los Angeles woman said her religion and her husband, Mick, helped her turn to working as an adult entertainer. Her husband. Before I left, her husband want that money.
Yeah, he does.
Before I left teaching, I felt super disconnected from myself and also God. I didn't know what my life's purpose was or how I was meant to help others. The 36-year-old told the Daily Star.
Help others go get off or something? Or have whatever sexual
When I started connecting to myself and to God in a different way than what I had been taught in church, I kept hearing and feeling the nudge to help liberate women from their sexual shame. She said she felt so much sexual shame of her own initially and felt triggered doing a photo shoot with other porn stars. A little bikini. Courtney said that when she started in the industry, she felt the judgment society and religion had placed within her about being a sexual being. When she came to terms with it, she said she felt lied to, but her new life made her feel holy and sacred. So she now wants to help other women feel liberated, saying God's plan was now abundantly clear, and her way of serving him was being a porn star.
Okay, now.
This is my way of serving, Courtney explained. I'm giving my life as an example of being fully out in the open and unapologetically exposed, not against God.
Express.
Not against God, but completely with God. Mm-hmm. She said she felt closer than ever with God in her new career, despite what others may see. Courtney's new career pulls in $30,000 to $150,000 a month.
Wow, that's
thanks
a lot
to
of
18,000 subscribers.
This ain't even worth saying nothing about.
Well, who do you think he gave the donkey of the day to?
Oh, this is the donkey of the day?
This is the donkey of the day.
Oh, my God. Even Charlemagne didn't believe that?
Charlemagne gave this the donkey of the day. Who do you think
he was okay that his she God, because he considers God a she,
yeah,
didn't approve of this?
Who do you think he gave the donkey of the day to?
The husband?
No. Us. We're the donkeys. Leave that lady alone. If she...
Are you kidding me?
He being funny, but if she...
Are we really the donkeys for the...
We're the donkeys for judging this lady for being a porn star.
Judged her. That's why I said it ain't even worth talking about. This is not even... What y'all think? Wendy's, all of y'all, Emerald. Y'all, is this even worth... We got a lot of... energy and stuff. Should we even go down this road?
Wendy says they don't give comics anything. Agree. That's why I think they should be in the Tony. If they're gonna put them in an award, put them in the Tonys.
Yeah.
Wendy M says good pivot. Wendy M says spirit of the bee. Probably her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Rosebud said, "Oh my God, she tripping if she think God sent her to be in the porn industry."
She trying to get back to when Adam and Eve was first created, and they didn't recognize themselves as naked.
Can I ask you a question?
Maybe she missed her calling. She should have been back then.
Could she have said
before sin?
Couldn't she have just said that God called her to be a nudist? Because that takes you back to the Adam and the Eve days.
Right, wearing no clothes.
I'm a nudist.
And being free with your body.
But how would God call her to be a porn star? That means you're having sex with somebody else on camera.
I would have taken...
Now, he's not your husband.
I would have taken her comment that she's making and said even as a stripper. Because a stripper... No one's touching you.
But you're still making men.
No, it don't matter. I'm saying in the whole field.
But you're making them sin in their mind.
Well, no, I'm saying if she's going to stay in that category of nudity, people watching me, and God leading me, I would give her at least a stripper because she'll be dancing and nobody touches her. And then she goes, puts her clothes on and go home. But the fact that she's actually touching someone sexually.
First of all, I'll give it to her, like I said, the whole nudist thing.
Okay.
If somebody was a nudist and they went to nude beaches and or in another country or whatever,
right.
and they said God intended for us not to have clothes on, and their bodies don't look like hers, most nudists are out of shape or whatever, so they really believe that you're not supposed to wear clothes. I'd at least say, okay, because you can go back and plead the argument that when God created you, he created you without clothes. You come in the world with no clothes. Now, a baby isn't born.
Naked. Come in naked.
Go out naked.
Okay.
But the moment you bring somebody else into your what you believe, you changed it.
You said she gets how much? Is she giving that to the church?
$30,000 to $150,000 a month.
Is any of that money going to a church?
Or is she
helping somebody?
Or is she donating it to causes?
Yeah.
Because God told her to do it.
God is telling you to do that. He wants that money to help people. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. A lot of times there was a scripture that Paul even talks about, and this is my interpretation of it. There's conversations that you don't even need to have with people. You really don't need to go down that road. It's not worth it. It's not. Paul is very wise, and he probably
choose your battles.
If a person says, God told me to go and drink this liquor and get drunk so I can fall on the street.
Go ahead.
And you just sit there and go, oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Moving on. So why would I waste time talking to you? And the only thing I would do is just pray and intercede for you, that you really, truly get clarity and direction from God.
And her husband talked her into doing it too.
Thank you, because he's making that big money. He's using her as his trophy to make the money.
And I think she has a butterface.
A what?
A butterface.
What's a butterface?
Because you remember I watch Howard Stern.
Right.
Her body is nice, but her face is not. Everything is nice but her face.
She looks okay.
I used to think,
she's
attractive. She's a long head.
That's okay. There's people who not as attractive as she is and do porn.
You're right.
So I don't know. This is one of those conversations.
Where has that ever gotten anybody though?
I don't even know.
Where are all the porn stars?
And God forbid, oh my God, if she gets a disease, she can't blame that on God.
Rosebud says, damn, I buck $30 a month. Geesh, that's a lot of scratch. A lot of people make a lot of money off of that
and that's their choice to do that. But when they start saying God told them to, I don't know, man.
What if I started a channel and I just ate and just stuffed my face with food and I said God told me to do that?
People believe you. Some people will believe you. Some people will rebuke you, judge you, say you stupid. You'll get all kinds of comments. And then some people will believe you. And they'll probably do the same thing. If God told her to, I can do it too.
But you know how much money I would probably make? It would be people that would tune in just to see somebody heavy stuff their mouth with food. And I have it all over my face and everything.
You'll get an audience, believe me. People will watch you.
So all money ain't good money.
The love of money is the root of
So
all
that
evil.
was your donkey of the day.
But again, he's saying we're the donkeys or her? Or the husband?
We're the donkeys.
Oh, for judging her.
For judging her.
Oh.
But he gotta be being funny. Charlamagne is being funny.
Because it's one of those things where this is just another story, you guys, of a woman saying they chose that route to go down. Because how many porn stars are out there? I think what caught our eye was that God told her to do
God
it.
ain't tell that woman that.
Yeah.
Wendy says Don was making $40 million a year. Don and Tucker now have the same attorney.
Oh,
Wow,
they do? I
that
didn't
makes
know
sense.
that.
That would make sense.
What, they gonna sue the TV show?
Wendy says, if the truth be hidden, it is hidden to those who are lost. That's sad. But anyway, that was your donkey of the day.
Wow, that's a big one. That's funny though, because you said we're the donkeys.
Well, he said we're the donkeys.
If we're judging her.
If we're judging
Okay.
her. All right, y'all. So that was it. We got hung up on the stupid honorary.
Yeah. Somebody in there said it wasn't the same as the sorority thing.
Wendy said it wasn't the same as the sorority thing.
Well, we're talking about the word honorary. Yeah,
Right,
honorary is the same wherever you go.
She's saying honorary is different.
But you can get an honorary degree. You can be honorary, whatever. They're honoring you for your service.
She's saying that the honorary is probably from your lifetime work or something. Or your
Yeah,
work
it
or
could be
something.
your work, your anything that's related to them giving you the honor. Because you fit all of the other things that go along with that honor.
Right.
So, okay.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
None of these award shows mean the same as they used to.
Yeah, they're watered
Not back
down
in the
now.
day. They watered
Yeah.
down now. So, and I mean, I still, if somebody gets an EGOT, I'm still happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy when Jennifer Hudson got it and John Legend,
Mhm.
but
Viola.
Viola got it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Recently.
Viola recently got it. So those I'm happy. See, now Viola, hold on, Wendy, right, but in the Academy Award, you have to have done much work that was unrecognized. Yeah. For them to give you an honorary.
Oh,
In other words, you got to be somebody like Steven Spielberg. If he had never won, he's won since then.
Oh, okay.
But who has never won, but everybody in their mama said he should have won because he's done.
all the things he's done.
And you would be shocked if he haven't won one. That's the type of.
That we were shocked when Martin Lawrence didn't get a
Yeah.
Hollywood star.
It's almost like if Martin Lawrence got an honorary star, we would be like,
What?
you wouldn't diminish it because he should have gotten one a long time ago.
Exactly.
Rosebud said very much watered down. Yeah, none of them mean any. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, they're expanding categories because you think about it, things that happened back in our day, 20, 30 years ago, we're evolving.
And why did Viola get a Grammy? Was it spoken, a book?
A book, I think,
See?
voiceover, spoken.
That's what I'm saying.
Or something that she spoke. Because James Earl Jones, he does
I know.
the enlightening of the beginning in the world. He has a beautiful voice. I would understand him getting one. I'm serious.
I guess I have
that's
to put.
his gift.
I guess I have to put voiceover.
Yeah.
Because where else they gonna put him?
Thank you. Yeah. He has an EGOT.
I guess you have to.
Or he is a EGOT, I should say.
I guess you have to. Even though I just feel
He has
like
a very good voice.
I guess I
to
feel
do
like
that.
it should be music, but where else you gonna put these people that speak in books?
And think about it, they're opening up the doors for a lot of these categories that were unknown for years.
Yeah.
People's gifts and talents go beyond what we just see. Acting, singing, dancing, writing, costumes.
Yeah.
What's her name got an academy for costumes? She can become an EGOT in the other areas.
Yeah.
And we'll go, what'd you do for academy? I design clothes.
Right. And Tony, I design clothes.
And you're sitting there going, oh.
Television, I design. That's different though. That's in each medium.
Everything that involves that field
Yeah.
needs to be tackled. So, okay.
I think that Tony though shouldn't get it just because your name is on something. Just because you
may have
bankrolled
written
it.
it. You written it.
I think that's different.
Okay,
than
writer.
bankrolling something. I don't know. I just
Okay.
because then Beyonce can bankroll a show that wins,
Yeah.
and she can get an EGOT.
Yeah.
Whereas acting is horrible.
Grammy. Yeah.
See, that's why I don't know. It don't matter no more.
Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore.
I guess people are touching those categories in ways that it's different now, where they physically touch those categories.
Yeah.
Now they don't.
Rosebud said
money.
very much watered down. Wendy says, did you get the stuff I sent you on the Hollywood stars? Oh, I have to look at that. I didn't see
We gotta
that.
Look at that.
Wendy says it meant a lot when he got it. Voice service is very hard.
Voiceover.
Doing cartoons is very hard. Work is work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just watered down now. That's all. Mm-hmm. It's watered down.
I don't know.
Back in the day, I remember if I heard your voice and you was in a cartoon, I knew your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew, I know Mickey Mouse's voice. Like I know it's distinctive.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl, yeah. You know
it's
his
John
voice.
Legend. He sounds like, what's his name?
Yeah. But now, just because the movie is number one and you did a voiceover, you don't, in my opinion, you don't deserve to win an award. A lot of people do voiceover work. I've done voiceover work. So, I'm not new to the game. Mm. So, but if my voice is distinct and you know my voice.
No, it's not even about being distinct. It's how many people bought your article whatever you're selling. That's you can do a voiceover.
But did you win because it's your voice, or did you win because it's who you are? Are people buying Michelle Obama's book because of her voice or because it's Michelle Obama?
Either one.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess it don't matter. They buying your records. They watching the movies because of you.
I'm going to listen to. If I'm listening to an artist, I'm listening to their voice. I'm listening to them.
Oh, but then again, we're going back to who is doing the voting. Your peers are voting for you, not the audience.
It's watered down now.
Your peers are voting.
Yes, it would be nice to still win an award because there's nothing else out there. Mm-hmm. But it's not the same as back in the day. Okay. It's not the same. Wendy says producers have a lot to say in what happens in the show. Not all producers, Wendy. I produce things. Some producers are bankrollers. That's it. They give the money for it. They're not content producers.
They don't make the decisions on things.
The Walk of Fame, Lenora asked for. Oh, you wanted the Walk of Fame. You asked for the thing on how you get on the Walk of Fame. The criteria. So she sent that.
Yeah.
Rosebud says, I didn't like Jen and Aretha. Not Effie playing Aretha. It's not no for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, in the movie.
The movie. Yeah. Wendy says it's an art form. It's much harder than it looks. People often think things are easy, but they're hard. And then Wendy said both. Yeah.
Okay.
Voiceover is an art form. Again, if you're going against somebody who, in my opinion, has a distinctive voice or something about them that stands out, I don't think you should win. Because there's a million people who do voiceover work. That's not nothing. My teacher, who I used to go to, was the Pillsbury Doughboy. Mm-hmm. The Pillsbury Doughboy, he was old then, so I'm sure he's long gone.
But if you have
passed away, but he was my voiceover teacher when I did voiceover, and he, to me, the Pillsbury Doughboy had a distinctive sound, and to me, I felt like if anybody should win awards, it should be people who kind of revolutionize the field and it's different.
Our gripe is not with people, it's with the academy.
It's with the
remember they're the ones that's voting.
Yeah, it's with them.
Right? Remember I was questioning the year that It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Yeah,
I went, what the heck?
It's them.
That won?
Yeah.
They trying to make black people happy.
It's them. Because they nominate and they vote for people and you go and you look and go, did I miss something?
What was that?
Are we all watching the same thing here?
The writers, the colleagues, all of them went and voted for this?
Yeah, no.
Whoopi had to even stay on The View. She can't share a lot because she's part of the whole, what do you call them? The Academy?
The Academy.
She's part of that. So she can't tell too much. But she did mention when somebody would come on the show and she pushed for them.
Right, yeah.
She'll say that. I pushed for you to be blah, blah, blah. So you got writers and people in that academy who feel we need more black representation.
Right.
We need more Latino representation.
Right.
Not to the point where it's watered down now.
Yeah.
Pick good ones still.
Well, Denzel Washington said when they gave it to him for Training Day, he said 2 birds with 1 stone. He knew that he wasn't supposed to get it for Training Day.
See, and we don't. And
he's supposed to get it for Malcolm X.
And that's why we're saying watered down.
It's watered down.
Like, come on, y'all, don't just pick him just to make us happy.
Yeah, or you just picking somebody like Jamie Lee Curtis because her father and mom was the actor.
Exactly. Did she really
It's her turn.
It's
her turn.
Yep.
Wendy says it depends on what producers they are, executive or regular. Yeah, that's what I said. It depends on the producers. Not all producers have a hand in that, in what's being produced. They just are bankrollers. Some of them do, and some of them don't. But it doesn't matter because they still win. When they all win, they all win.
We keep saying, like when Wendy said here, what as far as being rewarded, Wendy, you know, if the academy people ain't picking you because they don't feel you need to be rewarded,
right?
They all in the same field together.
They won't give it to you.
You're not gonna feel sorry for her. You act just like she does.
Or they may not like somebody
like him.
Yeah, they may not like somebody, so they ain't gonna give it to him.
I'm not giving it to Eddie Murphy because I don't like him.
I don't like Eddie Murphy.
Does he deserve it? Yeah, he may deserve it.
It don't matter.
I don't like that. It gets clicky.
When was the last time you saw a full named cartoon totally different?
A full length one.
A full length cartoon totally different. When was the last time you saw a full length cartoon? All the time. I mean, I'm getting ready to go see well, that's not a cartoon anymore.
It's not cartoon. You used to watch what's the ones with the kids?
Yeah. People who work deserve to be rewarded. They get rewarded. They get paid. They don't need to get an award.
That's true.
And then Rosebud says that was crazy for 3 6 Mafia to win an Oscar. Hustle and Flow. That was stupid.
Thank you.
And Wendy says just how people are, period. Yeah. The people who do the voiceovers, they get rewarded. They get a check.
But think about it. Here's another thing we need to
just
think about.
like when you act on stage, if you get paid, that's your reward. But you don't deserve to get Actor of the Year because you was in a play.
But another side of that is, and I've heard actors say this all the time, if you're doing something that you love,
right,
you don't even have to get paid.
Exactly.
You love doing it.
But you want to get paid so you
can
pay your bill. So you can
feed yourself and pay your rent and pay, drive your car, gas in it. But you love it.
Yeah.
You would do it for free. And I know
some people who that was in my class, my voiceover class, who worked at Disney and did voiceover, and they're not even that good. So it doesn't matter. It's about who you know. Again, our teacher was the guy who was the Pillsbury Doughboy. They wanted me to move down to Florida, and I said no. Had I moved down to Florida, I'd probably be on some cartoon right now. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do voiceover work, but I could.
Bug diva.
I was bugged. My sister know I was a bug diva. I've done other characters.
Lady Olay. We had our cousin wrote a play.
So if I want to do voiceover work, I could. But that's not something that I want to do, you know. Okay. And if I did do it, I'll get paid for it. Yeah. That's my reward for doing it. But I don't think I'm the best in the business.
Yeah.
And they just giving it to anybody now. That's how I feel.
Even if you felt you was the best in the business, is it cliquish where they'll go, I'm not voting for her.
Because I didn't go down to Florida when all y'all went down to Florida, and I didn't go work for Disney.
So we're really talking about the academies in general who are doing the voting.
Yeah. So Rosebud said recess. That was crazy for 3 6. Okay. Wendy says people have their own dreams. We can't decide their dreams for them. Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be. If they in a word, I'm mad at them. If they in a word, I'm mad at them. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. But yeah, so whatever you want to do, like I said, be you. If you want to do voiceover work, do voiceover work. If you want to be on stage, be on stage.
I'm wondering too if
you want to do comedy, but everybody's not Eddie Murphy.
What was that?
You shouldn't win an award. Eddie Murphy should win an award for comedy.
What was that? That time frame where the writers went on strike.
Oh yeah, that's on Hollywood. Yeah,
Hollywood writers. So you almost think if a lot of people are not happy with the Academy, the Grammys, would they go on strike?
No, because more than 1 billion people watch the award show. So people feel like if I win, it doesn't matter about anything else. People just see Academy Award winner Kim Woods. They don't care what did you win an award in. I don't care. You an Academy Award winner. You know what I'm saying? But now, because it's becoming so watered down, it's people who are Academy Award winners who still can't find work.
Yeah.
It's so watered down now that either Halle Berry, she still got an audition.
Yeah.
And she won an Academy Award.
Yeah, she's Academy Award
Monique. She saw what that did her. Exactly. But you know
she's still doing her thing. She got her comedy show.
Yeah.
She got that movie with, what's his name? With the gay guy.
And even Grammy Award. You could say a Grammy Award winner, musician or whatever. It helps. It puts something in front of your name.
And it gives you more money.
It's like a little asterisk. But you're only as good as your last work. Nobody cares that you won a Grammy back in 1920.
Yeah.
Or they don't care about that anymore. They want to know what are you done doing now.
Or on the other side of that, there's people who've never won an Academy like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
But I'm going to see an Arnold Schwarzenegger
or The
movie.
Rock, who's the highest paid actor.
I don't care.
Never won an Academy Award.
Never got an Academy. I'm still going to see The Rock.
And you think he cares? He walks out on stage and then
in his nice suit
and presents the award to people. Award that he will probably never get.
Never get it, maybe.
But they cheer for him when he comes out on stage because he's The Rock.
He looks good.
Yeah, he's The Rock.
Okay. Got a point there.
Let's see. One of the best. Oh, Rosebud says one of the best cartoons back in the day. Recess. Oh, the cartoon Recess. Wendy says the system is messed up, but excellence deserves in the award. The reward is a paycheck. I agree.
Yeah.
Right. That's all we got though, Wendy.
Yeah.
Even though I feel it's watered down, all we have now is to aspire. It's like the NBA. It's like the championship. People can say, okay, they're aspiring to win that NBA championship. Does that mean you're the highest paid basketball player? No. You could be on a team that may never make
Charles
the NBA.
Barkley never won.
You may be on a team that never makes the NBA championship.
Never won.
But because people know your name,
you know Charles Barkley,
and you make money, that's what people call. You know what it is now?
What?
It's money.
Yeah.
That's it, guys.
About making
awards,
money, not the recognition.
You still have people who still look at recognition, not as much. Drake doesn't even go to the Grammys.
When she tells
it's about money.
Here's the thing.
People care about that.
Here's the world we're living in. When she tells me that a YouTuber is making millions. YouTube. Not no actor.
And it used to be
a reality TV star making money.
That's it.
Never been to acting school. Never been to a music class.
They don't care.
Millions of dollars.
Just like Don Lemon and Tucker. They're off of TV. No one cares after what? We talked about it this week.
Right.
Because they're both going to be making millions of dollars.
Streaming on some show.
More than what they made at Fox and CNN.
Without the rules and regulations that's tight as well. Isn't that we're in a different world now?
It's a different. These young people and these young people don't care about awards. For God's sakes, in school, everybody gets a medal. Nobody cares anymore about a medal.
One of the stories we were reading where the teacher got in trouble because the kid didn't bring in their homework. Everybody has to get at least 50%.
Nobody cares anymore.
They didn't bring no homework
back in our day. If you ran. Look, guys, everything we're talking about is showing that. You got transgender men running against girls. She's never gonna win a gold medal.
Oh, no.
Never. Not in this lifetime.
You got
it would be 6 transgender men crossing the line and these girls in the back.
You said Mike Tyson wearing a wig. They'll never win.
The days of Muhammad Ali's daughter is gone. You're gonna get Mike Tyson in wigs
fighting you in the ring.
In female boxing. All the top female boxers would be transgender.
And they beat each other up. They beat all the women up.
And Muhammad Ali's daughter would be making chocolate chip cookies at home on YouTube. Like she does now.
She'll be beat down by a Mike Tyson wearing a wig. Oh. Our world is changing.
It's changed.
Lord help us.
The Oscars. It will be 100 actors who you will never see again that will win Oscars. Who won last year? I ain't seen him in a movie since then.
And some of the movies that they even put out in the Oscars, you're like, what movie is that?
What the heck is that?
I never heard of that movie. But it won Movie of the Year. Oh, God, we're living in...
You will never see it again because no one cares anymore. Everybody wins a medal. Everybody wins an award. Everybody wins.
It's do you. It's whatever do you get more money and get more whatever recognition. It's do you. You be happy when you do.
You made $100 million last year on OnlyFans. You make nothing this year. Who cares? You made $100 million. You can now go to the beaches and lay on the beaches for the rest of your life.
Yes.
It's about money. That's what these kids care about now. It's money, 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 money. How do I make the fastest money I can, the quickest money I can?
Way I can.
Nobody's staying on jobs for 20 years like our parents. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm going to get in that company. I'm going to make as much money as I can in the first year, and then I'm out of here.
I still can't believe YouTubers making
Millions.
followers. Millions of followers.
How do I record
Wow.
something? This man beating this woman up outside. How can I make that go viral? I'm not even going to call to help her. I'm going to record it because I'm going to get 30, 40,000 likes, and then I'm going to get paid
Okay.
because people are watching my video. That's what we in now, guys. We're in virtual. And then let's go a step further. Now AI.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even going to be real actors anymore.
It's going to be AI, artificial. Ooh, that's scary.
You don't even need to film anywhere anymore.
Wow.
All you got to do is do your lines. And then their whole picture would be wrapped around you, which is generated by a computer.
Okay.
We're telling you what's happening, guys.
Okay.
And we'll still sit here.
Where the book at?
We'll still be sitting here talking about EGOTs. And the kids will be like, what is that?
EGOT and honorary.
What the hell is an EGOT? That's what the kids are. Go say to a kid, EGOT. They'll be like, what is that?
Is that a creature from Star Wars?
Is that somebody's channel on YouTube? No. It's an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
And they in YouTube world not even watching none of that.
And they'll be like, what?
Isn't that something? A lot.
Who watches television anymore?
That's really
Mom,
sad.
you actually go to the theater and watch a show? Are you kidding me?
YouTube, TikTok, all social media outlets.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We're behind, guys. We're old.
Yeah.
Wendy said Alfred Willard. Yes, excellent actor. The Rock is box office. The box office gold.
Yeah.
Give us something to talk about. That's true. Wendy says, I sent you the information on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's in Kim's messages.
Okay.
Wendy says 40 miles for 17 years, Don. 40 million for 17 years.
Wow.
And the bag. That's it, guys. So what we got to do, guys, is we got to pivot. Taking us back to what we originally said
About
in the movie.
Martin Luther
Mike
King.
with the
He
Mike.
pivoted with I Have a Dream.
We
speech.
got to pivot, guys.
The
We
guy
got to figure
pivoted.
out
Mhm.
how to make money and how to entertain in this new world that we're in now.
Mhm.
You still have us around that'll still go to plays and stuff.
Mhm.
So until we all die out, you still have nostalgia people.
Yeah. And
That
that's
is
a
still-
large number of those.
It's
too.
still a lot of us still alive.
Yeah.
So play to that crowd and you'll be fine.
Mhm.
So,
That's true.
all right, y'all. So that was it. Don't forget to buy our book,
Mhm.
100 family-friendly jokes on
Yep,
Amazon. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Mhm.
Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. Wendy says, who knew Harry turned into a hot topic? I know. Harry Belafonte.
I know. Because he is hot.
Because he's hot. All right. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
God say the same. And don't have the spirit of the bitch.
Ooh.